my blaze on. I'm really trying to get my blaze on. Swerving lane to lane, causing pressure on the dome. I'm really trying to get my blaze on. I'm really trying to get my blaze on. I'm really trying to get my blaze on. Swerving lane to lane, causing pressure on the dome.
Once it hit the city, then I'm cashing out. Stash it all away, no need to be acting now. Flavors by the pound, roll up and smoke an ounce. I ain't trying to stay in chat, I got my breath that bounce. 1995, 96, throwback. KG with the wolves, I let these fools know that what I touch always turn to gold. Anything I need to do gets put on hold till I get some killer smoke up in my lungs. High as fuck, block hotter than the sun. Trying to smoke and ride, so I gotta stay low. Every move is a step closer to the bankroll. Nothing but that finest burning on this side. Keep it to under the limit, dirty when I ride. Every day I put in work, spit lyrical homicide. Flipping all this vocal venom, highly classified. Legal weapon with a pen, notebook full of game. Came through and spent a bag, got plenty more to gain. Hall of Fame, what I'm after while I grip the grain. Bring the pain, left my stain, can't no one stop this rain. Ranger starter jacket, this bitch from 98. I need it all, every piece in chrome off the plate. Lace them up, stay ready for when they call your name. Never miss the beat, I stay sharp like Shannon Main. First take on point, this shit come natural. Ship it from the cliff, worldwide, international. I'ma need every dollar, flip it then invest. Bud from the west, Larry Pack, smoke the best.
Drugs should be legal. All drugs. Why? People want to get high. That's right. People think about getting high right now. People like, damn, how much longer in the show? People love to get high, man. You could get rid of all the illegal drugs in the world, won't mean shit. People want to get high. You get rid of all the crack, all the herb, all the blow. You know what happens? People will just think of ways to get high. That's right, guys will go in their basement and become scientists. And you take this out, take this out. You know, if you get a baby's bottle, right? Fill it up with a little gasoline and dead lima bean and suck it, you'll be fucked up.
한 곳에 모여서 꼬지에 꽂아서 채쳐요 다시 과거에 젖어 살았어
Mongolian road trip. Andrew milked a horse,
This is tough work, man.
and I got a buzz off horse milk.
Why don't we drink that in Minnesota, guys?
Today we're heading south to the big city, Mongolia's capital, Ulaanbaatar.
Driving in this city is no joke. Traffic here is heavier than it is anywhere else in the country. Oh boy, I'm so sorry.
Are we going to be able to survive this? You were doing a lot better off-road.
Nearly half of this country's population lives in this one city. And here is where you'll find Mongolia's biggest annual festival, Naadam.
What is this sound that I'm hearing? There's like moaning, yelling.
This isn't like your standard horse race in the West.
Swear to God, I saw a 5-year-old on a horse.
A festival filled with events and traditional Mongolian food.
I've seen no country embrace this tradition more than Mongolia. That being said, I have a tradition of eating yummy food.
Today, Andrew and I are on a mission to meet the food vendors, feeding crowds of thousands.
What can Andrew and I do to help?
Oh, God.
And to try out this country's most unique street food for ourselves.
So remember when we were cooking the buttock, we were putting all the stones inside of an animal? Well, now we're doing the steel version of that. The only issue is it could blow up. This seems like a bad idea.
And it all starts here at the horse track.
I gotta admit, I'm not that comfortable around horses, funny.
They're so chill.
Whoa. Big animal.
God, don't kick me. Oh, I'm so scared of being kicked by a horse.
Yeah.
That could be life-ending. Andrew, welcome to Naadam Festival.
Bro, what is this? Like some kind of Mongolian rodeo?
That's exactly what it is.
Without horses, there may be no Mongolia today. At least not how we know it. Historically, Mongolian horses were key to overtaking half the world in centuries past. Now, in present day, through horse racing, riders can show off their skills and the skills of their children. Children between the ages of 5 and 13.
It is wild. People of all ages are horse racing. Right here. This kid cannot be older than 5. Oh my God.
He's 11?
That's still pretty young.
This isn't like your standard horse race in the West. There's no circle. They just send the horses a good 25 kilometers that way.
So you don't get to see most of the race. This is the finish line. Soon we're going to see the end. I think that's why everyone's piling up here. Meanwhile, the best part of this event, Andrew?
Yes.
The food. This is Naadam food, and there's people running businesses just completely around feeding the people who come to this event.
Meet Utsi, owner of this here yurt, housing a kitchen that will soon feed thousands. Right now, he's making suvan. It's breakfast, it's filling, and it's the ultimate comfort food, at least for folks here. First, the noodles are made by hand. Knead the dough, roll it flat, then finally cut it into long, thin strips. Seeing as any vegans here would likely be exiled, we move next to the meat. Sliced and diced mutton. Toss in that sheep fat, add onions, some salt, cabbage, and carrots. Water is added, then the noodles descend into the pot. Steam until it's all cooked through.
I've got to be honest. I saw one kid rip his helmet off and whip his horse with it.
Gentlemen, this is so fantastic to be here. And this place is wild. You're probably used to it. How old were you when you first learned how to ride a horse?
Maybe 4 or 5. Riding the horse is like learning how to walk for Mongolians.
Is that safe?
It's not safe actually.
Honest.
Joining our meal once again, Iba.
Right in front of us, an incredible meal. Andrew, this is the first breakfast we've had that isn't just a bunch of dairy options.
Dude, thank God.
We can actually have this dish with milk tea.
Well, on the side?
No. We pour milk tea on top of this dish. In a bowl.
It's so tasty.
It's so tasty. I mean, look, I love milk. I love milk tea. It's nice to just have some fried noodles here. Let's try it out. I've had mutton in a lot of dishes, but not really a noodle dish. It is gamey, but I like it. There needs to be a different word for like good gamey and bad gamey. Because we had that horse. I mean, that was like next level gamey.
Dude, I think that's like the definition of gamey.
Wow.
How are you just sucking that down like that?
This does not compare to that.
No. The horse was borderline unedible. This is really good. I like this sort of chopstick-friendly noodle size.
Noodles are super chewy, simple, straightforward flavors. The vegetables are imperceptible. You see them, but you don't really experience them.
It's just to trick you into thinking that Mongolians eat some vegetables.
Do you eat vegetables?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Which ones?
All.
This is a festival that happens every year.
Every year in July 11th till July 13th.
Being a food vendor here is one way to make some serious cash in a short amount of time. At least, that's the hope.
How long have you been coming to the Naadam Festival to cook?
First time.
What, is your first time?
First time.
Today, Uzi will be luring in patrons with a classic, horhog. It's not just a recipe for tender mutton, it's a potential recipe
Have you ever seen it explode?
for disaster. It's also the dish I'll be helping Uzi make.
How much horhog do you expect to sell over the entire festival?
30 horhog, which means 30 sheep.
It's a whole extended family. So what can Andrew and I do to help?
You can either help with the sheep or with the cooking.
Well, Andrew, help with the sheep sounds a little bit ambiguous, but I get to choose. I like to cook. Well, I like to watch people cook. I think I'm gonna go with that.
I keep getting the crappy task. Everything I've done with animals is disastrous. Oh my god, I can't believe this is working. Oh, it didn't really work.
What could the disaster possibly be? There's a meal made out of sheep, and you're gonna help with the. Oh. Yeah, that's what they mean. Well, good luck helping the sheep.
Shit. Jesus Christ. I really thought there'd be more people, to be honest. I didn't realize it was just gonna be me and this dude. Right now we're trying to position the animal. It seems relatively calm.
When dispatching the animal, no blood is spilled. This is a method I've not witnessed anywhere else around the world.
So what he's doing now is he's just picked up some grass right from the ground and he's placing it on the sheep's chest where he's gonna make the incision. He's just said, I'm sorry, I just meant to cut the grass. We're gonna make an incision right in his chest. Oh God. Now, if you can believe it, he's just gonna punch his hand right through the chest and he's gonna break that artery with his fingers. Oh. As brutal as that looks, I've got to admit that was relatively quick, relatively painless. The animal didn't struggle that much, and this is the way they've done it for centuries. I've never seen anything like that before. That was pretty wild.
While Andrew is out in the countryside having fun, we are here in the hot kitchen because we got serious business to do. So remember a few days ago when we were cooking the buttock, we were putting all the stones inside of an animal, and that was our animal skin pressure cooker. All right, look at the steam pouring out now, coming out of both ends. Well, now we're doing the steel version of that. This is a Soviet era milk jug. The only issue is it's not like a real pressure cooker that has like the little release. So if you put in too much heat, too much water, too much food, it could blow up. This seems like a bad idea.
Food preparation is underway. The mutton is cut into pieces, leaving the bones attached.
I am the meat boy. He saw me, he goes, this guy knows how to handle his meat. He's not wrong. So right here we have a tray full of mutton. Back here we have vegetables. And then he has the hot rocks inside the hopper here. They're ready to go. We're gonna put everything in now. You ready? That was my name in high school.
Wow.
Thank you. This part is the easy part. We're supposed to put the big pieces of meat on the bottom, but there's no heat, there's no stones, there's no steam, so it's no big deal.
Now, stop.
I've got salt here. Good.
Right now I'm just continuing to help with the butchery. They're doing everything they can to preserve the skin for other purposes. This is a surreal feeling. He's barely used that knife at all just to make that initial incision. This guy's pretty hectic, definitely a bit of a badass just skinning with only his hands.
Hot stuff.
Oh, now it's about to get crazy. Gives it a little bit of a blow. The sizzling has begun. So I need to close this every time we're in between stones. It's important to trap the heat from the rocks inside. As soon as they come out of the fire, they want to start cooling down. You can't let them. This is going to be cooking our meat, but it's also going to be flavoring our meat too.
Now meat.
Okay, meat. More meat going in.
Oh, and he's just slowly separating all these organs, the heart, the lungs, all with his hands. I've been told the main reason that I'm here to keep this animal on its back whilst all this is happening. There's this Mongolian belief that you don't want any of the blood of the animal to touch the earth, even after it's been slaughtered. And now finally, he's scooped out some of the remaining blood.
In true nomadic fashion, nothing here is wasted. The head, trotters, blood, every organ will be carefully preserved for other dishes. But the ribs, legs, and other meat is sectioned up and brought for the making of horhog.
It's pretty graphic. I hope Sonny's having as much fun as I am.
Now the vegetables go in. We've got potatoes, carrots, cabbage, onion. Putting in some water right now. This thing is steaming up like mad. How long does it take the mutton to cook?
40 minutes.
That's pretty quick. We're gonna put this cloth here. That will release a little bit of pressure, but it's also gonna help seal it. Now we put this on top of here. Oh, that's not that heavy. I can do that. How do you know when it's finished?
Smell
Do you need to open it and smell it, or you can just smell it like this?
like this. And hearing,
Does it speak to you? What do the words nadam actually mean?
root of the natam is nat, means like play. So natam is like games. We translate it into English as festivals.
I heard it was specifically manly games.
Yeah, we have these three manly sports. We call it horse racing, archery, and wrestling.
Are women allowed to participate?
Archery, there's women, but not in the wrestling.
What is it about nadam that makes where people are so compelled to watch these ancient sports?
Actually keeps the tradition going. As far as we found the evidence that 2,000 years ago we were celebrating Natam Festival.
While the horhog is being cooked, I aim to be far from this explosive meal. Andrew and I are heading east to the center of Ulaanbaatar.
We saw the horse race already, but the real Nadam Festival, it is in and around the stadium of this city. So they're gonna have the opening ceremony. If I don't crash this vehicle, we're gonna make it there and we're gonna see some of this epic wrestling.
These are some big dudes, Sonny. It's definitely the kind of body you can only achieve with copious amounts of dairy.
So much milk.
Milk on cheese.
Half the city, plus people from surrounding regions, have descended here for the opening ceremony. It starts with an anthem, song, dance, and a parade. Wherever you find massive crowds like this, you'll find food. Kebabs, ice cream, fried rice, and even this. There's horse meat, fermented horse milk, and horhog trolleying around in search of hungry patrons. Just outside the stadium, the archery event has begun and the women are up first. Inside, a sport that still remains the domain of men only. Mongolian wrestling. No weight classes, no time limits. Just get your opponent on the ground in any way possible and soar like an eagle. After working up a nice sweat on the field, you'll want to try this. The king of all Naadam foods, and the only dish you could consider a true street food.
Ma'am, hello.
Hello.
We are outside. It is scorching hot here in July. And right here, we have a treat. And how long have you been making it?
Fast with Aaron
She's been making it for 16 years.
My gosh, that's a long time.
This beloved Mongolian street snack only makes an appearance once per year. It starts with a wheat flour dough as a wrapper. Then there's the filling. Minced mutton, salt, black pepper, and onion. Seal it shut and deep fry until it's crispy and golden brown.
Let's try this out. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Super like fried dough on the outside. It almost like a fried gyoza, but thicker.
This is lamb. Can you make this out of other meats?
Of course, we make it kosher out of every animal.
You can get horse raw.
Yeah.
When you bite into this, you feel the meat kind of explode out. It is very flavorful, but the seasonings are simple, just salt and pepper. It's very delicious. I'm very impressed. I like, she has a quiet confidence. Yeah, I know. That's why I've been in business for 16 years. I know what I'm doing. How long have you lived in Ulaanbaatar?
About 20 years.
What do you think separates this place from the rest of Mongolia?
UP is like a hub of everything. So as a business-wise, it's a really good city.
Ulaanbaatar, or UB for short, is one of the fastest modernizing cities on the planet. In stark contrast to the countryside, here you'll find modern shopping malls, art galleries, international restaurants. Heck, they even have a Pizza Hut and a KFC. Mongolia and this city are not really destinations for street food. I'd blame it on the long, harsh winters. The closest you'll get to street food is what we're eating now, something only available from vendors like this a few days out of the year.
These are great. How many of these is she going to sell over this festival?
They sell about 20,000 to 30,000 pieces
Yikes. Wow.
Usually the first day is the busiest of all.
Perhaps the scarcity of this food is what makes it so popular when it finally appears each summer, just like the horhawk. Back at the horse track, Utsi and his Soviet milk cans are still in one piece. No explosions for today.
It is evening time. Naadam is done for today. Horses have gone home, kids have gone home, parents have gone home. But we do have one thing left for today, and that is the treasured horhawk. I'm sure you sold a load of this today. This food, have you ever seen it explode?
Not yet.
That sounds optimistic to me. He didn't say no, he said, not yet.
Yeah.
But one day.
It is because stone is good for health.
Oh, you really get it all over. I mean, this is caked with mutton grease. You can see that the meat has been essentially pressure cooked, and it doesn't take a super long time. This has been about an hour for this meat in particular.
Pretty impressive, I've got to admit.
These are mashed potatoes. Let's try it out. That is a perfectly mashed potato, perfectly soft. This looks like a leg or, well, yeah, leg. I was gonna say, or an arm.
To me, it's way less mutton though.
It's nice. It's actually, the meat has kind of broken down a bit in a short time. It tastes like a mutton roast.
For sure. The pressure cookers help. It's like far more tender, to be honest, even than this morning.
Is there a part that you like the most?
Yes. The ribs. He likes the part where it grilled with the stone. This is so tasty.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
I never even thought about that. There are certain distinct portions that look like they've been seared, and that's exactly where the stone was hitting it. Oh, that's cool. Man, you guys love meat. It is wild.
It's basically the carnivore diet.
The only thing stopping us to eat more is summer.
Right, so that's when you usually take more of a break. It seems that everywhere in the countryside, folks are eating stuff like this. But this is like a really big city, a city of over 1 million people. As I've walked around, I see there are a lot more dining options, and options that are more, I would say, just complex or varied than what you find in the countryside. You go to the city, suddenly you see Pizza Hut, KFC, but beyond that, you're seeing Chinese food, you're seeing food from different nations around the world. And so, what do you crave more? I mean, do you crave just the straightforward simplicity of a lot of the Mongolian dishes, or have Mongolian people gotten more into international cuisines?
За, юу байгаа хаа? Нөгөө тэр бусад орны хоолыг бол манайхан.
He said, we're just curious to taste different food, but we like this.
So, it's okay to go out, try something new, experience it, but people always come back home no matter what. At the end of the day, there's always that food that's familiar, that they grew up with, that's still in their heart from their childhoods.
Exactly.
Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A peace.
It's usually really hot, but it's been.
Cooled down a little bit.
Pretend it's hot, man.
Oh, okay. So we have to do this, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really hot, you know?
Yeah. Oh, what do you call the sheep butt fat? Sur flavor. Can you taste the sur? Dude, I've seen rice stuffed in a turkey, in a chicken. I've never seen a pig. Dude, I've seen rice stuffed in a turkey, in a chicken. I've never seen a.
The past few years,
Have some pig here. Cuba. The trip begins officially right now, this moment.
Cuba, an island of about 11 million. It's only a 1-hour plane ride from the US. Yet, for decades, because of tensions between the two countries, Americans traveling to Cuba was nearly unheard of. Only in the past few years has travel to Cuba become a possibility.
I would like to take a moment to thank all of you here. It is my first day in Cuba. It looks cool. It's a place I've heard so much about since I was a kid, but didn't really know anything about until today. And so just want to say, gracias.
Okay, now in Spanish.
These days, tourists from the mainland have begun to trickle in larger numbers. But filming in Cuba is still its own unique challenge.
Oh, my heart. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna cry.
So about a year ago, we tried going to Cuba the first time. 2 days before we were supposed to take off, we got news that the whole trip was canceled. Now, Cuba, round 2.
Instead of a tourist visa, my team is headed to Cuba on a journalist visa, working with a local production company who worked with the Cuban government, ensuring we have approval for our video topics, locations, itinerary, and schedule. Shooting like this in Cuba is only a recent possibility.
Do you know this, that for Americans traveling here, we're not allowed to support any government-owned place. If it's a government hotel, government restaurant, can't go there. Government soda?
This series is a delicate balancing act with the end goal of showing you the Cuba you have never seen before.
Today, we're on the search for street food in Havana.
Right now, we're heading to Viñales.
Today, we're in Ciénaga de Zapata.
Right here from Baracoa.
Me and my longtime friend Oro are on a mission to document the most unique Cuban food,
That's an avocado.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
life, and culture.
Now, you need to be silent and very careful because this is a dangerous process.
Traveling all the way from Cuba's west coast, driving over 20 hours to its east coast. Starting in the countryside city of Viñales.
Oh, dude, look at this. It's like a pool of oil.
Exploring the country's capital of Havana.
Coast on my left, buildings on my right. I'm in the back of a convertible.
Then heading eastward, going off map to hunt down the most dangerous meal you'll find in Cuba.
Ah! No, come on, no more acting, just catch it.
What do you mean acting? Look.
Oh, I feel your nipple.
Finally, we complete our journey with a fiesta on the country's east coast in the city of Baracoa.
The move imitates kind of what they do in the field.
Is one of them like this?
Mamá, estoy con un negrito.
Joining me on this mission, Cuban native Oro Padron. Oro was born in Cuba and lived there well into his 20s. Years later, he moved to Korea. That's where we met.
So, what's this story?
Eventually, he moved to Miami and I took off to Vietnam.
All right, I'm gonna go into my character now. Are you ready?
Last year, Oro and I joined forces in Miami, where he introduced me to my first taste of Cuban food.
I can't tell, is this healthy or not?
Healthy or not, it's really hard not to fall in love with it.
Now, with your support and with a lot of preparation, the Best Ever Food Review Show is making YouTube history with the food journey of a lifetime. Today begins our best ever food journey across Cuba, starting in the west, in a town known as Viñales. Viñales is a region dominated by agriculture, fruits, vegetables, coffee, and their country's infamous tobacco.
Here we are, day one, Viñales, my first morning in Cuba. Today is all about a classic dish of this country, I think so. Anyways, it's a classic dish in the Philippines. We're talking about lechon. Well, look at that. It's like a pool of oil. Oh my lord.
This place has a special way to make it because they make it like in a hammock. They're like, you know what I mean? How you call this?
Longtime friend and Cuba native Oro Padron will join me as we take on the classics of Cuba.
This area is famous for tobacco. Somehow I'm gonna have Oro teach me how to smoke.
No, I never put anything in my mouth, like smoking wise. No, I never.
So grab a horse, grab a friend, and get ready to soak up the traditional flavors of Cuba.
Oro. Listen, we got our coffee here.
This smells amazing, man.
It smells like
Coffee.
Yeah.
Outside of Havana, deep in the countryside of Viñales, exists a small complex called Los Lorenzos, housing 5 families. Oro and I are the lucky guests of the local community here, and there's no better way to welcome guests than with the pride of Cuba.
All right, let's try out this coffee. Oh, yeah.
This is strong, brother.
It's so strong. It's like Cuban jet fuel.
Oh man, this is one of the strongest coffee in the region, in whole Cuba. Normally, to prepare the coffee, first you get the powder and then you put hot water and you filter it, right? They do it different. They boil the coffee with the water.
Right.
That makes it even stronger.
It's kind of smooth for being so
It's very smooth,
intense. Yeah. But man, I feel this immediately. I'm super alert and a little bit nervous.
Yeah, it gave me anxiety. I'm like,
Oro, you are a man of no vices. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't even like coffee.
no.
So what is your vice?
My vice is dancing, bro.
No, it's women.
You made me red. I don't get red, but I am inside. I'm red. It's dancing. I haven't told you yet, but the roots of my families are from this area. They have a culture of acceptance. This region is famous for that.
Right.
For people being too kind, too naive, too kind of like childlike. I just find out today that how I am has to do a lot with this region. This is where this was made.
Right.
Yeah.
Made in Cuba.
The root, yeah.
Cuba was colonized for hundreds of years by Spain. During that time, African slaves were brought to the island to work the fields. Now, hundreds of years later, Cuba is a diverse melting pot of ethnicities. This person, this person, this person. Though they may have different backgrounds, they're all Cuban, and they all share the distinct culture that makes this place what it is.
You grew up in Cuba. How old were you when you left?
My early 20s, almost 13 years.
How do your parents feel about that? Like the kids went on to bigger opportunities that they couldn't find here? Are they sad that you're gone?
It's hard for me to know if they are sad or not. They always like, we're happy for you. I'm like, no, but tell me if you are suffering so I can do something for you. They're like, no.
Yeah.
It's your life. Walk.
I tried lechon in the Philippines. Not once, but 4 times.
Whoa. That is like a work of art, man. Oh my lord.
It's the very same dish inspired by Spain, but here in Cuba, they do lechon a little differently.
Is this an old gate door? This looks like a medieval torture device. I love it.
Yeah, it looks like that, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's called jamon.
First, in each crevice of the pig, they rub in a mixture of garlic, onion, cumin, lime, and calamansi juice. Then a rub down of salt. Finally, they prepare the pig to roast on a wire hammock.
Why do they do it this way?
Okay. He say like, this is to measure like how far they put it. You know, if they need more heat, they can put it low. And if they need less heat, they can put it up. And they can turn it around if they want.
So instead of adjusting the fire necessarily, they can just move this around
Yeah,
more easily.
it's easier. It will look like me in an hour.
This pig is gonna hang out here for 4 hours. In the meantime, Oro shows me Cuba's most addictive vice and what is still a hard to come by forbidden pleasure in the USA.
Sir, first of all, thank you. What is your name?
Jose Luis.
Jose Luis.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Cuba is kind of famous for its tobacco.
Not just that, like this area is like the most famous area for tobacco in Cuba and in the world.
What makes the tobacco here so different from anywhere else in the world?
Tobacco needs a climate where it's like here. They have a little bit of heat, but it's not too much. At night it gets chilled, but it doesn't froze, you know what I mean? So for that, it makes the earth right here very special and nutritious for the tobacco.
Brilliant. Can you roll one for us? That is like dried tobacco leaves. And he's gonna turn that into
This is the
drugs. All I know is that, you know, growing up, there's this embargo with Cuba, and there was these prized cigars that were illegal to have in the U.S. But if you had it, it was like a secretive thing. You can't tell anybody how you got it. But nowadays, I think people can get Cuban cigars in the U.S.
Easier, yeah.
So it's lost a little bit of the mystique. Oh, what?
Oh, in the leg. Twist it, twist it.
Oh, yeah. Look at this guy.
Confidence right there.
Looks cooler than me.
Yeah, it does. Oh, what's that? Are you enjoying that?
Oro, you're next, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta do it, dude.
Dude. Actually, the flavor is not bad. It's interesting because it's like eating spicy food. You go through the pain, and after the pain, the flavors come back.
It kind of singes the inside of your mouth. That is the highly coveted Cuban cigar here in Cuba, standing in a tobacco field next to two ox. That has nothing to do with it, but that's pretty cool, huh? Hey, stop. Okay, cool. Roasting has been underway for a few hours now. You can see it's mostly finished, but right now they're gonna do a flip.
They're going to dismount it and then flip it.
I've seen so many flips in my day. Egg flips, pancake flips, but never have I seen a lechon flip. There's so many hot juices that have pooled in here. Oh, that sound is awesome. Oh, that's pretty crispy.
It's like a cookie, like a pig cookie.
Can you ask him if it's overdone?
No, mira. Ella está bien. Aquí.
They usually don't eat this part here. They eat the rest.
Sounds good. Now they're gonna put it back on. How much longer is this gonna be on here?
1 hour more.
This is gonna roast for 1 more hour and then dinner time.
Hay guateque en el bohío del compadre Juan Ramón.
From the time you left Cuba until now, it's been well over 10 years. It's a good amount of time. Any city, any country would change in over 10 years. What changes did you notice?
Some of the change is like how the country feels decayed and it feels not advancing. Technology-wise, mentally, the country feels like it doesn't have a clear direction of where it's going.
Hoy lucen su guayabera, sus polainas y sus machetes.
But on the other hand, I'm very happy when I came here because it's very interesting how in the deep roots of Cuba, the culture is so pure and the education is so well preserved. And they don't do it because they want to show the world or anything. It's like, we love how we are. We love to be comfortable. Actually, this kind of being a little emotional because I'm like, damn, this is it. Like, how pure is this?
Y llegando bailadores Comay por los caminos atascados.
Boom! Lechon, my
Here
man.
it is.
It looks beautiful. As one of the cooks, you're the first one who gets hold of the pig. Is there some great section that you break off and sneak for yourself?
He said that he loved the little piece of skin because they become very crispy.
Oh, this one's really bubbled up. This one's almost become like a pork rind. It's crunchy, but it's almost become fried in its own oil. It's like a chicharron. All right, I'm gonna cut off this nose for you.
I want you to try it. I don't want it.
But different texture. It's kind of squishy.
A little dry.
Yeah.
It's not gross, but it's just hard. It's like you need to fight for it.
It's kind of like a bacony nose. I wish my nose tastes like bacon.
It tastes like bacon.
What?
No, I don't know your nose. Well, I know your nose, but I don't know how it tastes.
It's hard not to know it. It reaches out and greets you.
I want to show you his most favorite part.
Wow, look at this. Some crispy bits, some juicy bits. He just cut this from the underside. What is it called?
Fillet.
Let's try it out.
Okay.
That's a 10.
This is different. Yeah.
I think that side's better because they were cooking this side.
Yeah.
The underbelly side, it's been like bubbling up in its juices all day. Wow, that's so juicy. The seasoning really came through.
Yeah.
Sir, mucho gracias.
Juicy, succulent lechon is just the start. Joining our countryside feast, fried goodies made from plantains and taro root. Next, boiled cassava, known locally as yuca, and congri, a staple of this region, made with a base of black beans and rice, then garlic, cachucha pepper, cilantro, onion, and pork fat.
I would like to take a moment to thank all of you here. It is my first day in Cuba. The fact that I get to come together with all of you, meet you, and be met with such kindness and hospitality, it's really kind of blown my mind. So just want to say, gracias.
Okay, now in Spanish.
When you grew up, is this a typical kind of dinner?
Very typical. In a place like this is something that you eat 3 times a week. Especially in the countryside, you cook after you work the whole day. It's not just like you go and watch a bunch of YouTube.
This looks stunning. I'm gonna try some of this rice. That's some good rice and beans. Savory, hearty, great texture, like so moist. Love it.
It's so simple, but if you see every element, they dance with the main dish. which is the pig. The rice, all the rest are the friends, but he's a star. They're just like dancing, man.
Is it the salsa dance?
It's a salsa.
Look at this big juicy bite of this lechon. Ooh, that's unreal. You know, I've only had lechon in the Philippines. They take so much care with the skin and how they put soy sauce and different stuff on it, oil to make it crispy. I can say I appreciate that skin more, but the meat inside here, especially like that pork loin, it's undeniable. That's some of the best meat I've ever had. How long have you been a band?
22 years old.
Is that water in your cup?
It's room. No, but no.
Oh. Oh, it makes me warm inside. It feels like Christmas morning. You guys live in the countryside? Do you like that more, or do you like the Havana lifestyle more?
They say they like to visit Havana, but no, they like laid back. The city is not healthy for them.
Too much rum.
No, not a lot of rum.
My first taste of Cuba. The food, I had no doubt about.
Oh, yeah.
But the reception, the lengths these people went to make me feel at home was even better. Our cross-country Cuba food tour is just getting started. We're headed to the big city, Cuba's capital, Havana.
Welcome to Havana, city of 2.1 million people. Today, we're on the hunt for some street food.
That's right, we're here in Havana, and why does Sonny have the cool car and I get...
Today, we're on the search for street food in Havana. I've been told, don't expect a lot. There's certain cultures that are hardcore street food cultures, like Vietnam. In certain places, not so much. Maybe they're more in these places called paladeres. What's that? I bet Oro could tell me.
Paladar is a family-owned restaurant, but at the same time, any restaurant that is independent. Let's check out the food, let's have fun, and let's see if me and Sonny can handle a full day of Cuban street food.
No.
Street food in Havana is about simplicity, being creative, and utilizing affordable ingredients that are easy to get. Here in El Cristo Park, one food vendor plays by these exact rules. At home, he's baking up dozens of these, his own creation. Then he hits the streets and starts to sell.
Sir, how long have you been selling food here?
Almost 6 years.
How long does it take to sell out usually?
2 hours. With confidence. He's like, this is coconut, the one with the texture like that, and this is guava with cheese.
Can I try this one with the cheese?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
You certainly can. So it looks like a biscuit, some bread with some jam, and some cheese on top.
Yeah, and this is like a biscuit with coconut on top.
What kind of coconut?
We call it coquito. What they do is like they boil coconut, sugar, cinnamon for half an hour until that everything evaporates, and this is the result of that.
Ah, it's a coconut and cinnamon reduction.
Or amplification, depending how you look.
Let's try it out.
Oh.
I like it. It takes some getting used to. It's kind of a dry biscuit, and then it's like, okay, oh no, there's some jam on there. And then you're like, wait, is that cheese? That is cheese. I want to see which one I like more. Do you want to switch?
Let's switch.
This one's better though. What's your thoughts? I'm looking at your face.
I still like it that more.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on that?
I like this. I love that.
This is like when you tell your friend they should date somebody, and they're like, tell me about them, and you're like, they're nice.
They're pretty.
I got that treatment a lot in high school.
Just down the street, a fruit cart has caught my eyeballs.
Do not tell me this is an avocado.
That's an avocado.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Look at this.
I've never seen an avocado this
That's
huge.
an avocado. Yeah.
I think I remember you telling me a long time ago.
Yes.
Like, we have avocados this big, like a watermelon.
And you were like, no.
Not possible.
Yes.
Okay, right here there's a special machine. I want to see this at work. Can we try it out?
Yes, it's super easy. You just need to like rotate.
Okay, I can handle this.
Yeah, you got it.
Look at that.
You got it.
And it's all the way off.
Snake skin, you see? We got it. You see how long?
It looks like grapefruit texture inside.
Now we gotta taste it.
Oh, it's good.
It's sour. but it's good.
It tastes like an orange.
Actually, orange used to be bigger here in Cuba. We used to produce a lot of orange. Right now, I think the production came down and the quality also came down a lot because the land hasn't been taken care of as well as before. That's why we don't have better quality of orange. But there was a time that this was very important part of the Cuban economy.
Oh, it's good. It was succinct. It was a little sad too.
That's Cuba. Contrast, brother.
That's reality.
Yeah, contrast.
To bring me up from Oro's sad fruit trivia, a much-needed sugar rush. Cuban sidewalk churros at Churros Locos, the most loco stall you'll find in all of Havana. This is Churro Evolution.
Eres perfecta mujer, de la cabeza a los pies. Tú pasas de mi nivel, tú tienes el piquete.
Check it out, man. We're just standing on the street eating a churro.
You know about churros, right?
Yeah, invented in Cuba.
No.
No. Mexico?
No. It comes from Spain. Cuba has a lot of Spanish tradition. That's why we inherit the churros in our culture as well.
Cheers.
Cheers. It looks like a cactus, isn't it? Maybe that's why people think it's from Mexico, because it looks like a cactus.
That's a good churro.
It's a good churros.
I like that. Like me, it has some imperfections. Like some parts are fat, some are thin and crispy.
Do you notice what is inside of the churros?
Is that condensed milk?
Condensed milk. You know I love condensed milk.
Yeah, it's super sweet.
It's really sweet. In this case, they put inside of the churro, which is good mixture.
They're building on what the Spaniards started.
Originally, it wasn't stuffed. You see? Evolution.
I love it.
Now, one of the most unlikely non-Cuban Cuban foods you'll find in Havana.
Dude, this is a pizza.
It's a real pizza.
Pizza shops are everywhere in Havana, and with good reason.
Every single street food that we met, they have something in common. They have really few elements.
Food shortages are not uncommon here. 70 to 90% of the country's food is imported.
After the 60s, when we have a huge crisis, we have to create food that is simple, easy to make, and really hard to get wrong.
So, if you're selling ham sandwiches and you run out of ham, you're out of luck. But pizza only really requires 4 ingredients: water, flour, tomato sauce, and cheese. Every Cuban pizza is a personal pizza, made for you and only you. Toppings range from ham to sausage or even hot dogs, but the way they eat it is a style all its own.
You flip it like this.
Like a taco.
Exactly.
Let's go for it. It's rich. It's super doughy. I love how doughy it is. Is that hot sauce? It's just covered in like a sour hot sauce,
sour
not even
too.
tomato sauce.
Yeah.
This is good, dude.
Actually, this is something that people eat it 8 in the morning. It's just quick, easy, and you get filled and get going.
Very nice.
This is where Havana goes to chill on weekends. John Lennon Park. In the corner, a government-ordered statue created in his honor in the year 2000. This is kind of baffling, considering the Beatles' music was banned in Cuba when the band was most popular a decade prior. These days, a more culturally liberal Cuba blasts music of all kinds from this park, luring in locals who might throw back a drink or grab some food.
What do we have right here?
So right here we have pan con croqueta, which means pan is bread. Croqueta, it comes from French, from croquette. That's the croquette.
Right, it's like seasoned fried mashed potatoes, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very nice. And then this is the same thing, but in a sandwich?
Yeah, the same thing.
Due to its simplicity and practicality,
It can fill a lot of space.
this used to be Cuba's go-to sandwich, especially in the 90s. Bread, fried croquette, and a little bit of ketchup. That's all you need here for a good time in your mouth.
I like it. There's not much to say about it. It's simple, straightforward, soft bread, fried potato, a little bit of ketchup in there, a little bit of tomato kick at the end.
It's not potato. It's made out of flour, meat.
Potato.
Not potato.
It tastes potato-y to me. I'm
It's
sorry.
not potato.
I'm so sorry. But man, this is filling.
It is filling.
All right, let's get some beers. I saw someone with beer over there. Let's check that out.
Beer.
Until just a few years ago, private restaurants in Cuba were illegal. Then, due to an economic crisis, the government made some reforms. And that's how Paladars were born. They are family or privately owned restaurants. Originally, they were run from people's homes, and many still are today. Like here, hidden away in the suburbs of Havana, right in front of the Paladar owner's home,
Her home is right there.
sits Cafeteria a la Barbecue, a place where filmmakers and artists share ideas and grab some grub. This is Cuban diner food, served fast, making the most of what they have. Like their hamburger.
Pan con hamburguesa.
So bread with hamburger?
Since beef is scarce, their burger patty is made with pork.
I'm gonna try that right now. I like it a lot. I don't know if I've ever had like a pork patty for a burger, but that's really good. It's very juicy. This seems like Cuban fast food, but with good quality. Can she talk about how she prepares for the service?
What is fast is how she prepares her team to act fast. Everything she prepared the day. Because her goal is keep everything fresh.
Right. What do you got there?
What I have here, we call masas de puerco.
This dish epitomizes Cuban cuisine, at least in Oro's eyes.
This is something that my mom used to make when I was a kid.
Simple yet colorful and seductive. A huge portion of rice, grilled pork chops, and in-season locally grown veggies and sides.
This is a pork chop. And you know, usually pork chop to me can be a little dry, but this is so good. It's so juicy.
Actually, yeah, but the way they make it here is super oily. But she has a balance between that, making not too dry, but still not too oily, which I love.
To finish, dessert, made inside a reused soda can.
Right here, the thing that you're drinking here, they cut it, they put all the ingredients, they boil it. When they cool down, it becomes that thing that you're eating right there.
That's really good. It was very sweet and velvety soft on my tongue. Perfect way to end lunch.
Cuba is a place of creation, expression, and fierce entrepreneurship, waiting to unleash its innovation. In this city, one hardly known Paladar is delivering seafood in a way completely unique to Cuba.
Check it out. We're doing an interview in an inconvenient location, but it looks great.
It works. It's okay.
Satisfied.
Satisfied.
Sir, what is the name of your restaurant?
La Casa de Julio.
And you are none other than Julio himself. Did you live here before it was converted into a place where people could come and eat?
La Casa de la Familia.
This was his family's house 7 years ago. They decided to convert it into a restaurant because you can see it has a beautiful view.
My understanding is that this is how the Paladar started.
Yes, right now there is people owning restaurants, but back then that was impossible. So the first step was that family-owned concept. It was like a test.
Can you tell me about what makes your restaurant so special?
Nuestro restaurante.
That when we get into the home, we don't feel like we are getting into a restaurant. He's inviting us to his house. He just wants us to be welcome. And what we are eating is what he will cook for his family.
Sir, thank you so much.
Yes.
And
Jam.
pause. And wide shots.
Joining us at the table, Mr. Julio and his wife.
It's a beautiful evening. I know we missed the sunset, but it still looks beautiful here.
All the seafood cooked here comes right from the ocean. No, not the far away ocean. I'm talking about the patch of ocean in front of his home. The owner either catches it himself or has local fishermen do the deed, reeling in fresh fish like this tuna. His daughter, and also our head chef, mashes it up, then combines it with onions and mayonnaise to create a filling for these plantain cups. Slices of plantain are shaped and fried until crisp and filled with creamy tuna goodness.
This is from a plantain, and then inside they put this wonderful tuna and mayonnaise. Go for it.
Get it?
Bingo. Simple, delicious, crunchy, and then nice rich tuna salad.
If you cut it in
Oh,
half,
you got a cross section.
this is made with CGI. You will put a laser so you can see how it's inside.
Is a joke happening right now? Okay.
Next on our menu, bite-sized sections of lobster tail cooked in a secret tomato chili sauce.
Let's try this out. Thick, robust, delicious lobster tail.
This is a tradition to put sweet potato with any seafood.
Oh, really?
The sweetness of the sweet potato with the sourness and the saltiness of the seafood.
Let's give it some tomato on there too. Yes, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna try it out. I like that. And it kind of draws out the experience too. Usually I just kind of down the whole lobster tail in 2 seconds. But but I like that.
Our final dish, garbanzo bean seafood soup.
This thing is stuffed with seafood. There's so much seafood in here.
Julio tried it in Spain during a holiday and has been cooking it ever since. But with his own twist, he's replaced unavailable ingredients like Spanish ham with seafood he caught in his backyard. They cook it all in a big pot with a secret blend of spices. Garbanzo beans, beer, tomato sauce, and garlic paste. Okay, hold on. I guess it's not really secret after all.
I gotta dislodge some of this so I can get down to the broth for you, bro.
You're not pretending me to eat that whole thing, right?
This is for you, man. You're the guest of honor.
I mean the hand. How you call the crab hand?
Yeah, we just call it crab hand.
Cloth.
No, we call it crab hand.
Well, the crab hand. How you eat the crab hand?
Ah, see right here.
Oh, you see, tech. We got technology right here.
Here we go.
Oh,
that right there, best meat in the whole crab. Try it out.
You got it.
I've never seen a dish that has more seafood and more variety. Like every bite is a little different flavor, different texture. There's just so much in there. Can I ask how much that costs? Because I know in the US, if you got that at a decent restaurant, like, I don't know, in the US, it's probably like $25, $30 just for that.
¿Cuánto cuesta ese plato?
6 pesos.
It costs $6.
That's ridiculous.
He said that it's a hook, the right hook.
Yeah.
He's proud of it.
I love that. This is so fun. So just want to say it one more time. Mucho gracias.
Adapt and overcome. This is the ethos felt around Havana. From pizza to five-star seafood, what really makes Cuba work isn't the ingredients, it's heart. Today we're leaving the country's capital, Havana, and heading east to the city of
Bahía de Cochinos, Playa Larga, Caletón. It's not that hard to say.
Here, we're taking on a food rare even in Cuba.
You cannot try this dish anywhere else. It's not even allowed.
But there's one small problem. Before we can take a bite, we have to catch our dinner.
Oh no!
And hope it doesn't take a bite out of us.
Oh no, there's another one behind it!
First.
My plan is to see if we can kind of work around their usual rules and restrictions and have Oro catch a crocodile.
Crocodile? No. Why you mean crocodile? Like touch them? Like be close?
Someone gonna help me out of this boat?
Hola.
In Cuba, business owners and locals wake up early to pick up fresh ingredients from small local markets like this. Today, we accompany crocodile cooking specialist Alexis.
We are with the crocodile cooker himself. What is your full-time role? Is that all you do is cook crocodiles?
No.
It's more like a seafood cook, but crocodile is one of his specialties.
At his restaurant, he'll be whipping up a one-of-a-kind crocodile spread.
How do you say crocodile?
Cocodrilo.
Cocodrilo. Is it cocodrilo seafood?
No, marico. Más bien.
He said that he has 3 flavors. Before cooking, it can taste like chicken or pork, but after cooking, it tastes more like fish.
So he's tasted it raw?
No es recomendable.
He's like, nobody does that, but I do it.
Right now we're off to a crocodile farm where he's gonna actually catch a crocodile.
Hold on a second. Me or we?
I need to like tell the camera guys what to do.
I heard that from you before.
Why you don't do it? Because I'm too fat.
When we were trying to jump. No, I don't want to do it, man.
Jump? Oh, bungee jump. Yeah.
4 years ago, Oro and I made a concept for a show called The Year of Fear. I encouraged Oro to bungee jump, which he wasn't happy about. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to bungee jump because I surpassed the weight limit.
I used to be a handsome man.
Now I'm encouraging Oro to catch a giant reptile, which he's also not happy about.
Did you tell him that you're gonna catch it?
Dice que yo voy a cazar el cocodrilo.
Es imposible.
No, it's not
Es
impossible.
imposible, man. Dice que eso es una técnica solamente lo.
Not looking good for Oro. Right now, he's just cutting right through Oro's hopes and dreams, crushing his spirit. You hate to see it, folks. You hate to see it.
Can you translate that?
He's like, no way you can catch that. Only people who has born here can do it. It's very dangerous.
But he can try. What's the worst that can happen? Thank you. We'll be back. You'll see all of me, and you might only see part of Oro.
I can see Alexis has shaken Oro's confidence. So before we go face to face with the crocodiles, Oro and I are gonna carb up at a back alley factory where they're kicking out one of Cuba's most unique foods.
I brought you to a place where they produce casabe.
Casabe?
Yeah, casabe. It's the most authentic Cuban food that we conserve today.
Casabe is Cuban flatbread, a staple dish in this region. Inherited straight from the indigenous Arawak people, it played a significant role throughout Cuban history because it required only one single ingredient, cassava flour.
After they've created the powder, we come over here, and then my man just kind of cooks it a bit. All right, let's try it out. That's fascinating. It reminds me of eating like some kind of cereal that you'd mix with milk and sugar. Obviously, not really any flavor because this is just an ingredient for something more.
I think you are not abstracting your palate because I can feel flavors. Let's take another bite and let's dip into it.
Very airy, very light, and it seems like perfect for soaking up some sauce and some other flavors.
Actually, this is made to be in company of the flavors.
Yeah, I just
think
saw
about
that.
it. We are like Timon and Pumbaa. You know Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah, I've heard.
We are like that. I just repeat what you say and I said it like it was my idea.
That's a good documentary, but very sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was a documentary?
Yeah.
I'm getting educated right here.
In just a moment, my dude Oro
Oro's looking for a stick.
will face his biggest fear.
No, it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
But before that, we're stopping here, El Escapao, where we'll finally be able to try the casabe in the way it's meant to be eaten.
I wish those guys at the factory could see us now because we looked pretty silly eating this raw. But now we have the final dish accompanied by a soft drink, our sponsor, 2 Cola. Are you sick of 1 Cola? This is
2 Cola. You shouldn't sponsor this. This is a government-owned.
Oh, this is government?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to drink it?
When visiting Cuba, American tourists are prohibited from spending money at any Cuban government-owned businesses, from hotels to restaurants. As far as government-owned fizzy drinks, I think that's still a defensible gray area.
Oh shit, did I just fuck up my life? I just drank it.
You're on your own.
Holy crap, dude. What if I get arrested in the US for drinking a government-owned soda? Although, I gotta say, quite tasty.
Yeah, because it has caramel. That's why.
See? Let's try this out. The outside is super chewy, so, huh?
You need to be really tender with it.
The sausage is delicious. Super interesting texture. If you gave this to me and you asked me what it was made from, I never would have guessed cassava. So, very cool.
Time to catch a crocodile, and the place to do that in Cuba is here, Criadero de Cocodrilos, a crocodile breeding facility that's been protecting Cuban crocodiles for more than 59 years.
Sir, first of all, thank you for joining us today.
Welcome, it's a pleasure.
Meet Etienne. He's been studying crocodiles here for 17 years. Today, he's giving us a VIP tour, which ends with a very hands-on experience.
Considering this is a place for conservation, why is it okay for us to eat crocodile meat?
Well, it's a good question. We have 4,000 animals here. We can use 100 per year for sale the meat and the leather. I mean, we use all the money for conservation.
Of course, this is super expensive to have like 4,000 crocodiles. And they're not eating corn. They're eating like meat?
Yeah, meat.
But before we catch the crocodile, we must understand the crocodile. So Etienne is showing us more.
So this is the reproduction area.
Yes, it's for reproduction, but also for study.
So you're watching them reproduce. Is
Yeah,
that what you're trying to tell me? You're making it sound very scientific.
Sounds weird, but
maybe they need soft music.
No,
maybe they need like a magazine.
No, man.
These are the world's strongest terrestrial crocodiles. That means they feel equally at home on land as they do in the water. Despite their modest size, they can be highly dangerous to humans.
Have you ever been bit?
Yeah.
What? What should I do?
Yes.
You bop it on the nose, huh?
Yeah, it's a weakness.
Oh, really? Bopping them on the nose is their weakness?
You can kill them if you hit them hard in the nose. Don't give your back.
Don't give my back.
No, not a problem.
Come over here. Put your back on mine.
Okay. All right.
Right now, I think we're fine.
Finally, with valuable background knowledge in mind, we're ready to go face to face with the Crocs.
Oro, listen, you have to approach these
What's the reasonable reason to touch
to
them?
build courage.
I may have a history of pushing Oro into situations he's not totally comfortable with.
Holy, no, I don't want to do it, man.
But that's because Oro is my brother, and that's what brothers do. They push each other.
If he gets bit, we can definitely put this in the thumbnail.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey, dude, you don't have to do any more acting.
I'm not acting to be afraid, dude. Brother, what are you talking about? Look.
Oh, I feel your nipple.
As Oro's younger, bigger brother, I feel it's my duty to lead by example.
Okay, I think I'm gonna get this one right here. Oh no!
You see?
I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend like I don't even want to catch any crocodiles. I got one. I'm gonna reel it in. Come on, buddy. Can we involve Oro? Oro said he wants to
Yeah,
get over
of
his
course.
fear.
Hold the neck.
I do that?
Yes, you're gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
You gotta trust me, man.
Okay.
Hold the tail. Don't worry.
Okay.
You got this, man. Commit when you do it, 100%. Yeah, you got it.
I got it.
Oro, you did it.
I did it.
I'm proud of you, man. That was pretty epic, dude.
I did it, brother.
The croc is dispatched and the processing begins. The skin can be sold to further help fund the efforts at this center. The meat is headed to the restaurant where Alexis is waiting for us.
Do you know how we got this crocodile? My man, Oro, caught this by hand.
See?
Yeah.
We do.
See?
This is impossible, my friend.
You remember he said, impossible, right? I did it. I captured it.
It's small. It's small.
He's got you there. It is small.
All right.
Have you been able to speak English this whole time?
Alexis communicates beautifully through his words, but even more beautifully through his food. Around these parts, he's known as a master crocodile chef, and today he'll be preparing us 3 unique crocodile dishes. First, punta.
Punta.
Crocodile tail steak tips with veggies.
Now, right away before he puts it on, it smells fishy.
But as he cooks it, it's changing the smell.
It becomes what? More porky? More chickeny?
More grungy.
Grungy?
Yeah.
Huh. Let's try it out. Mmm. Oishi. I like that. Oh my god, it does taste a little porky. It's a little bit of everything.
But you know what? It looks like high-end meat. It has class.
The meat of the 1%.
While the grill is still hot, Alexis throws on the butterfly tail meat for a dish I call pork chops a la crocodile.
I'm gonna try this right here. If you just gave this to me, I would say this is a big pork chop.
Yeah, apparently it looks a little bit like pork with a big fish texture.
I'm gonna try it out right now.
This one is closer to chicken, but not exactly. It's like...
It's a whole new texture. It's a texture that's kind of between chicken and fish.
It's a cheese.
It's a chish.
Next, enchilado. Starting with their in-house tomato chili sauce, then the croc's neck and thigh meat, seasoned with black pepper and simmered until cooked through. Finished with the greens and veggies from the market this morning.
Bon appetit, my friend. Good, my friend.
If you didn't know that this is crocodile, would you say that this is 3 different meats?
Yeah, I would say that's pork chop, that might be some kind of fish, and that might be chicken. It's all over the place.
Actually, after chewing it, it gave me a little bit of potato flavor. So it can be the potato of the sea or the potato of the swamp, right?
How long have you had this restaurant?
7 years.
He crushed it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, I'm really impressed, sir. You killed it.
Thank you, my friend.
Actually, Oro helped kill it, but you did well with the cooking.
Our cross-country Cuba journey continues as we head to Cuba's east coast to the city of Baracoa.
Welcome to Baracoa. We are here
We have made it to our final destination.
in the middle of... We are also...
Due to its isolation, this region surrounded by mountains, is a side of Cuba few outsiders have seen before.
It has a completely different feeling from the metropolitan vibes that you get from Havana. Coming out here, it's countryside.
A land that gave birth to a lot of our culture.
Unlike Cuba's more temperate west coast, ideal for growing tobacco and coffee, Baracoa is bringing the tropical heat.
Cacao, not being used for chocolate, but used as an ingredient to season other more savory dishes.
There is a fish that they cook with the cacao.
Today is all about the fiesta.
Oh, is that a pig?
It's like a pig pet.
Are we eating that?
Combining the best flavors of Cuba's East Coast into one spectacular meal.
Have you ever had pork intestine?
I did, not this way.
So brush up on your 8th grade Spanish, because this episode is about to be fuego.
Perhaps it'll be my first time here in Cuba trying a local cerveza, or even better.
Did Sonny say?
Country life. Where's Oro? Shouldn't Oro be helping? My friend hurt himself dancing yesterday. The only way to get him here through these kind of rocky roads, this uneven path, was to put him on a horse.
On our way to Baracoa, Oro and I are making a pit stop to visit a man by the name of Aisel, a farmer, a community leader, a hard-working dude. To get to his home, you can take the arduous journey through rocks, mud, and water by foot, or you can go in style.
Can you tell me how long you and your family have been here?
He 53 years of life he has been in.
Is sugarcane your specialty here?
His specialty is more like agriculture, but cacao is like the biggest fruit on this area.
Cuba used to be a sugarcane heaven. Once the biggest exporter in the world, until trade stopped with the US. Then later, subsidies from the Soviet Union stopped coming in around the early 90s. Sugar prices crashed. Nonetheless, Aisel still continues a small operation here on his farm.
In other places, there is more sugarcane factory, but here what he has is a trapiche. This trapiche is from France, but actually trapiche in general was introduced to Cuba by Spanish people. And it was a way to generate syrup out of the sugarcane, and they use that for the cacao, for the chocolate. Alcohol also comes from there.
Ah, this is basically the origin story for rum. Can you believe? He's an actual Cuban. He's never had rum.
No. He doesn't drink that much either.
Oh, all right, that's not what I was looking for.
After extracting the juice, it's filtered to remove any unwanted bits. Cool it up with a bit of ice, and we're ready to kick this refreshing drink back.
How often do you drink this?
Almost every day. Because he works in the countryside, he needs a way to hydrate himself. In this case, this is called guarapo.
All right, let's try it out. Oh yeah, it's kind of thick. You know, it's sweet, but it's also a little bit earthy. I didn't expect that.
It's really good, actually. I used to love this when I was a kid. Drinking with a lot of ice, and it's super refreshing.
Sugarcane is no longer the golden crop it once was, to the point that Cuba now imports sugar from other countries. Still, sugarcane is an important part of Cuban agriculture, and an icon like Cuban coffee and Cuban tobacco.
Oh, what's that?
Now, with a belly full of fresh sugarcane juice, Oro and I are finally headed to Baracoa. Surrounded by mountains and situated along the coast. Right now, we've just arrived at Daisy's farm.
Hi. Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo está?
Bien, usted.
And I ran out of Spanish.
This lady single-handedly tends to this piece of land all by herself. from farming to gathering to protecting her home. Today, we're gonna find out why the people of this village call her the Queen of Cacao.
Oh, what did you eat for breakfast today?
Yo estaba dialogando con el señor porque con las tazas de chorote que tomamos, chocolate.
She called me señor.
Oh, probably means sir.
She respects me more than you.
Well, she doesn't know you yet.
She eats a lot of cacao the whole day. That's why she have.
What is so special about the cacao? Where I'm from, all I can think of is just chocolate.
They have a traditional drink which called chorote.
Ah, well, I know chocolate. When I was in middle school, we sang the song Bate Bate Chocolate. Does that mean we mix the chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end of my Spanish.
Being in the highlands and covered in shade, this environment is the perfect place for cacao trees to thrive. The seed pods of this variety are ready to pick after they've turned red.
So right here you can see the bud. Would you call this a bud?
Una bellota de cacao, pero los campesinos le decimos mazorca de cacao.
Yeah, it's like a bud.
Cool.
It takes 5 years for a cacao tree to produce its first seed pods. And you need 10 pods like this to make 1 pound of cocoa. Or is it cacao? I don't know. Eventually, it's gonna be chocolate, and that's what really matters here. She chops the pod in half, revealing tons of cocoa seeds inside. Seeds get removed and placed on a bed of banana leaves, where they ferment for 11 days. When the moment is right, it's time for these beans to roast.
Cacao, when it's very raw, is very good for the heart, to give you natural energy. When the cacao has a lot of bitterness, it's very good for the blood pressure. It's super good.
I'm looking for something that's gonna help me be healthier, look younger from the inside out. Honestly, look at me. How old do you think I am?
Pico largo más un poquito,
22.
22.
Yeah.
Next, the grinder, transforming this cocoa from beans to a thick cocoa paste. This raw, fresh cocoa can be used to cook any number of dishes.
I just want to try this before it goes on to the next stage. Cacao seed. It's super bitter. Like you can taste the hints of chocolate. Like, okay, I can see how that would taste like chocolate eventually.
Maybe I'm wrong. It also tastes a little bit like coffee.
That kind of roasted, nutty flavor.
The chorote starts with water, then freshly ground cacao powder, cinnamon leaf, milk powder, banana flour, and sugar, mixing and boiling until it's ready. And eso.
Salud.
Salud.
From the queen of chocolate. Let's try it out. Oh wow, that's fantastic. It's got like a heartiness to it. It's not like a milk. It's like a chocolatey puree. It's so thick, there's so much body to it.
She said that this is the countryman energy drink. When you get all the nutrients for the banana and all the elements that banana brings, with the energy scent and the heart opener of the cacao, you get a drink that keeps the farmers strong and working hard the whole day.
Like Baracoa Red Bull.
Le doy las gracias porque
She said she's very thankful because this is something that is very normal, like countryside can be boring, but she's very pleased how much you have liked this trip. So
ha sido un placer para mí.
Thank you so much.
Hola. A short drive from Daisy's farm, we finally make it to our final location. This is where the fiesta will go down in a matter of hours. El Burrito, one of the oldest, most remote settlements in Cuba.
Hey! Here we are. We've come here for what is called a Ngangon, the dance thing.
Nangong. It sounds Vietnamese a little bit, but it's not.
Fiestas here happen almost weekly, and they're the only remaining community in Cuba still doing a traditional dance known as the Ngangon and Cariba.
This kind of party, they get together, they put a lot of food and share with each other. This is actually that they do what?
What about rum?
They have rum.
All right.
Okay.
Will you try some rum?
Here, it's all about eating local, including these coconuts used in almost every dish. Also, there's lechon.
In the West Coast, they cook the lechon more marinated and they cook it with the sauce. In here, they put the sauce after it's ready.
So right now, there's no flavoring of any kind.
It's just natural, getting burnt.
Getting burned. That sounds like great preparation. You really are a food expert.
I am.
Cool. Sounds good.
I have more to say. I don't know why you're...
Nah, we can go down.
Preparation is already underway. for lunch, or shall we call it pre-fiesta?
Everything is served in guira. Guira is a local plant, but you can find it all over Cuba. It's this hard shell. It was very important for them.
Their first course, crab rice. Just a few steps away, in a local home, a husband-wife team put their talents together to create this dish. She does the cooking, while he performs the important task of showing me around his homemade gym. It's a combo of crab meat, rice, tomatoes, and other local ingredients. The rice is steamed until it's cooked through, or until your workout is complete.
All right, I'm gonna try some of this. Here's crab rice. Oh, that's super good. It's just a hint of earthy crab.
By the way,
milky.
You know these spatulas? They used to use it for vomit because they think that vomiting was a way to freedom your spirit. So they eat a lot, and the next day they use this. It's real.
Fish.
These golden fish get deep fried, a little bit of onion, and a smothering of rich, creamy coconut milk.
Try it out. Pretty good. It's like very fried. It's like become a little leathery because it's cooled down.
Let's try it together with this. It's made out of breadfruit. Very good.
See, I'm dying to try this one. It's kind of like their version of a tamale.
This is called bacan. The elements are like known like the tamale. The outside is made out of banana leaf. Inside they scratch the coconut and plantain and they mix it with crab.
What makes it
Crab
orange?
meat. Right there, you see those red things? It's called chote or bijol, and the seeds is what makes it this color.
Oh yeah, you taste the coconut right away.
Yeah, I love the fact that they don't put a lot of salt.
Really light flavors, a little bit sweet, and then just tons of coconut oil flavor.
Just in time, the lechon has survived its 3-hour journey through hell, and we're ready to see what it's really made of.
So right now they're taking out the wood pole. He's holding the head. My man over here, pulling the stick all the way out. Give it a flip. And look at the stomach that's been sewn up here. I think he's about to cut that open. Oh, okay, but next to the scar, he just made a new C-section scar. Oh man, I've never seen this before.
All the organs has been cooked inside.
Inside here?
Yeah, with rice.
You can just smell like all the pig fat has just entered and saturated this rice. There's bean, there's some liver on here too though.
I feel I'm in a gourmet autopsy.
Oh, let's try it out. Whoa, that is delicious. It doesn't have a ton of seasoning, it's just soaked up all that porky essence in there.
I never tried anything like this.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, he's also got some pork here for us. I bet that other pig would eat this pig. You ready? Oh, so juicy. It's very nice. Well, actually, have you ever tried this? It's super crunchy, huh? But it's good.
If you don't think about it.
From this point, they're gonna get this ready, break it down, cut it up, and get it ready for our feast tonight. Let's do it.
In this village, they know the best cut of meat comes from the inside. I'm not saying this pig only had a lot of heart, but it had guts too. Guts that our local chef turned into braids, something I definitely haven't seen before. The larger bits of intestines are filled with raw blood. Both are boiled, cut into pieces, then cooked again in oil. Before the fiesta kicks off, there's one person we have to meet.
¿Cuál es su nombre?
Antonio Palmero Ramírez.
Antonio Palmero Ramírez.
Meet the man behind it all. The fiesta, the food, it doesn't happen without him. He even donated his own land to create the fiesta having area where this community gathers most weekends. But his contributions don't stop there. To complement all of today's bold and heavy flavors, Antonio is bringing something sweet.
Bueno, esto siempre ha tenido su nombre. Cucurucho.
This one that you see here, that is a cucurucho, which is more soft. Cucurucho means cone.
This traditional dessert is made by cooking down coconut, water, guava, papaya, and sugar for 4 hours, creating a concentrated sweetness as the water evaporates.
Let's try it out. Oh,
surprise.
We have a winner.
Actually, I wanted you to go all the way here. Right.
For this one, have you had this before?
Yes.
Man. man. Oh, it's hard to explain the flavor a little bit. It's like the inside is like that super rich, sweet, coconutty bit, all kind of mashed together with some fruity guava notes on top of that.
This is my favorite thing in the world.
This is crazy. This could be in like a 5-star restaurant as a dessert. Can I ask, how old are you?
88.
What is your secret to a long life?
Mi papá murió de 108 años. Yo tengo el hermano mayor mío, murió de 105 años.
But does he have any secret?
No, yo no tengo ningún secreto. Mi trabajo. Yo todos los días trabajo.
So when do you plan on retiring?
Dice que si tú planeas retirarte.
Antonio, like many others I've met here, finds joy in the simple things: hard work, community, and being grateful for what he has. He's embodied the idea that happiness isn't a specific destination, but something to be unlocked within ourselves at any time.
This moment makes me happy, being able to interact, talk to you, and try this food. It's mind-blowingly delicious. That hidden away in this small kitchen on the eastern part of Cuba is something that people around the world would die for. So it's an honor to try it out.
This one.
Mic drop.
Boom! Boom, boom!
It is the end of the episode. We did it. Oro, thank you so much. Guys, check out Oro on Instagram. That's his main platform of interest. He does all kinds of artistic endeavors. It's quite a treat. That is it for this one, guys. I will see you next time. A peace.
A paz.
I got you. You got it? Yeah. Action's got it. King Umberto, how you doing? Yeah, what's your address? We don't deliver. Oh, wait, you don't deliver. What do you need? Pick? I'm sorry. Salud, my brother. Salud, salud. Salud, salud. What you think about the one?
Crisp, clean,
Rock, mineral, alive, and a little bit of sour too.
Me, I will say, when you go on the street and somebody take your jacket, you know, how it's called in English?
robbery, stick up.
No, I mean you walking in another you walking in back in the day. You from Brooklyn. You walking in Queens. You have a nice jacket, and they take your jacket. It's not a robbery. It's called what?
Gift.
No, when kids are young, you go to another ghetto and they take your jacket. You know.
I'm not sure. Give me one more explanation.
It's like all the wine is like put everywhere.
I'm still confused. Once again from Paris. This is Paris like it's never been seen before.
And now, your starting lineup.
Lorena Beach.
I just enjoy a good conversation and wine with my friends.
So then talk. Alchemist.
We're all sick.
Marinated salmons and chilies.
If you play your cards right, baby. It's the last drive. Our little game is over.
No better color.
now escalated into a full-fledged battle with the Pakistani army and is now dealt with a huge of what?
Yeah.
I think he Zafar Khyber.
During this time, I've been reconnecting with my laptop. Vocoder.
Fala, Siri. Desculpa, meu amor, mas você não tá na lista. Que é só carisma, tô sem tempo pra conversa. Nem dá bola pra pivete, tá postando selfie. Prefere tirar onda na internet.
only getting better, and I know that you're in the mood. Yeah. So put your purse down and take off your jacket. Oh girl, it's about to get nasty, and you love what we're gonna do. So lay
my first choice. She's for me. Yeah. She said she loves me, and I'm gonna see. I will see. She's certainly right for me. She's the one I need, honestly. She's for me, yeah. She's on my mind. She's on my mind.
But
Drop that tape on me.
my soul of addiction for now, 'cause I'm falling apart. Tension between us just like picket fences. You got issues that I won't mention for now, 'cause we're falling apart. Building trust from a distance. I think we should rule out commitment for now, 'cause we're falling apart. Leaving, you're just doing that to get even. Don't pick up the pieces, just leave it for now. They keep falling apart. Passive with the things you say, passing up on my old ways. I can't blame you, no. No. Passionate from miles away, passive with the things you say, passing up on my old ways. I can't blame you, no.
drive within, just see rise within. Who gon' slide, who's in? Big rocks round through 10, Fleetwood down through sand, just see rise within. Don't live around loose ends, don't be around no friends. We just be wild, high, clubbing, I'm on 1,000 miles running. City go downtown, sunny, then move it uptown. I give it to you when you leave, tell it to you when you speak. Got it tatted on my sleeve, fell in love overseas. Ass fatter than a pea, ocean water kinda deep. Pulling up on the key, put me down, straight to sleep. Flexing like do it yourself, flexing like do it yourself. 40 days, 40 nights, feel like a holding night. It's always there, this is always smooth, and in the back and forth. I know people school, lessons always there, the lessons always move. When you're alone, you never come up short, you never come up short. Watch the fan as it spins, my arms rented. Don't know where to stop and where I begin. Like I found myself in a match solo.
My own face.
Nigga don't dance, but he make moves. You fuck around, now a nigga gotta shame you. I'm shameless, I be rocking on my chain still. They tell me, boy, I think the money start to change you. Lord save you, Lord save you. Remember running through the city in the same shoes. Now I'm gunning in the Benz in the range too. I'm on point, no a nigga never take two. They said I couldn't reach Mars, so I turned to a star. Now I might have fucked around, might have raced up the bar. Now I'm talking cash, talk cash, all in my palm. My nigga Cash said, watch what they do for the one. I know she wanna be popping all over the ground.
When the cameras come out, what I'm on my head. Must be out of your mind, do you know who I am? Man, you're killing my vibe, do you know who I am? Okay.
Love, you can't fake that.
Misses.
before I met you. Miles between us, they seem so far. Home is home, only when and where you are. Darling, please, darling, please, 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 my heart. I'd be so unhappy if we'd ever have to part. I dream so many sweet dreams of you. I love you, you're crazy tall. Everything that you do, I want you here by my side. I really wanna be your blushing bride. Tonight they show me minds are getting heavy now. It's time to say goodnight. To say goodnight. Goodnight. Yes, goodnight. Ooh. Time to say goodnight. Goodnight, baby. Goodnight, darling. Time to say goodnight.
Anime, drop fast anime, listen chain anime and everything anime. Gucci skin anime, my backpack anime, the X-Park with the Glock cut, that's anime. Oh my god, anyway, I'm ballin' up the avenue. Anime swag and I'm throwing money at the roof. Anime, everything, anime, prison chain, herringbone, gold, platinum domes with the herringbone. All that every day, anyway, I'm anime. Man, y'all swear you niggas fake, smoking another pound a day. Man, I'm thinking everything anime. Looking at a nigga flexed up like anime. Looking like Death Note, chopper to your damn throat. SOD gang, yeah, money wet like bro. All white like coke, anime dead though. Yeah, I'm anime swag though, like yeah though. 4 dose in a rose when I roll through. Rolls Royce black and I'm looking like Goku. Anime, everything anime. Digital watch, digital clock, digital spots every day. And I'm hot in the kitchen cooking up that anime. Anyway, eat the cake like your name anime. Anyway, anime, my rich chain anime. I fuck the bitch any day. Quick 30 seconds day. Hit a quick lick, got it for a long time. So D gang, getting money, yeah we on boy. Anime, everything, anime, herringbone. Anime, cellophone, tell you make herringbone. Make a call, drop it off, and so D get it in. Anime, drop toss, I'm looking like Vegeta man. Looking like gold.
And the road you've taken, there's no end. Color, my friend, come back to me. Color, my friend, 'cause I'm gonna miss you. Color, my friend, the world is full of misery. And the road you've taken, there's no end. Color, my friend, come back to me. Color, my friend, 'cause I'm gonna miss you.
mene umienu da. Ama fonti ase ebi no tete ehun tesio. Ebi so si won binia ebi no so gugu ehun ni chie no. Odo mi
despierto, lo primero es tiempo que comparto, eso eres. Lo que la gente promete cuando se quiere. Mi salvación, mi esperanza y mi fe. Soy el que quererte quiere como nadie soy. El que te llevaría el sustento día a día, día a día. El que por ti daría la vida, ese soy. Este mundo, eso eres. Cada minuto en lo que pienso, eso eres. Lo que más cuido en este mundo, eso eres.
Yo quiero estar tranquilo. Es mi situación, una desolación. Soy como la
En el día en que todo ocurrió, como un sueño de loco sin fin, la fortuna se ha reído de ti.
heavy, I'm real organic with the process that'll come when it's ready. Make sure your numbers multiplying and your money is steady. I keep 2 eyes behind my head, cause California is deadly, I'm on. And get your bitch ass up. If you really wanna fuck with us, it's 10 bands plus. So what you know about the routes I used to take on the bus? And all the baddies that I knew that I don't think that it's got. Before I look into your catalog, I wipe off the dust. Bringing the legends to my talent, tell me who do you trust? I'm putting the spotlight on the streets and more important than the fun. Then we stop into the liquor store, don't use the bus. Gotta keep it, don't you claim. I'm moving different, make it hard to link. My goals for you would be too hard to think. Fit it 100, then you counting it wrong. It's time to finish it, I'm dead. We been down for too long. We got the city pops. All I fucking tell her, baby, hobby. All you talking about, I've been in top. Bitches on me 'cause I do we burnt up.
私のことを何も知らないくせに
Do we burnt up.
2日目の朝あなたは鍵をくれ見慣れてもいいだから口づけをして朝もやの中離れてゆく指先
Forever said I cut along. Trying to keep busy, so forgive me if you forget it, then we're number 4. The minutes of discussion and we touching all the topics that been going on.
何も知らないから
Said it's been set in stone, be careful who you work with and hold your own.
With the homie Mike, come here, it's a different life, living in isolation. The greater potential method of gain and appreciation of inspiration lead through my letters. My phone calls, I've been trying to tell my baby mama she didn't leave, but I let her. Then she don't call, I've been thinking everybody seems so shady, unless including my lady. I pray to God and let this lady send I hope you the same. Never needed their apology, or the apathy. But as of now, I've been living off the energy. But as of now, I've been looking for the remedy. I'm looking down, cause the homies don't remember me. I lost too money, lost my touch, so all that sucks.
'Add more and more, so if it still don't look right. Demolishing this apartment is a reason to count. Running big white screens where they took them all out. Wasn't paying rent, just late on the court, the far side. Just to get in the keep it making music a spot out.
when I stop flexing them hip hop blues. Boom, how you gon' say I can't play with the big boy and all the big boys play with all my Tonka toys? You better flip the script and get with this. And if that Buddha don't do you, then go get me, yeah. Take a walk through this jungle, and you can follow me all the way to shop if you want to. But you ain't know me till I got back, so that explains when you approach me. My mind went blank. It's hard to think when my mind goes blank. You just can't think when your mind goes blank. It's hard to think when my mind goes blank. You just can't think when your mind goes blank. It's hard to think when my mind goes blank. You just can't think when your mind goes blank. It's hard to think when my mind goes blank. You just can't think when your mind goes blank. Hanging with my crew, robbing everybody. Hell, I might have robbed you. Taking care of mines, keeping my homies tight, sharing what was mine. Cause I ain't no jealous type, but still I get hype and fight back. When you backstab, I grab you straight by the neck and DDT you to the slab. Now here you go, you got me all physical. Now I'm in court trying to tell the judge that I'm a lyrical freight train. Gotta maintain game in this free world. Life is changed, nothing stays the same, but I make your head twirl. You really don't know me, your honor. To make a story short, in the end, I'm a gunner. You move, you lose the game on me, and I'm searching for my come up. Life's a melting pot, that one point blank gon' put his gun up. Outsiders try to read me, but they don't know me. Point blank, label my lifestyle OG. Cook County, Chicago, and Houston. South Park, Reckless Plan, I'm boosted. To be frank, let me hit the deck before you take me to the tank. All I think, my mind went blank. It's hard to
down, smoking on the blunt. Smoking the fucking cigarette to fuck up into my lungs. Fuck you, me, you hung yourself from the top bunk, bitch. You ain't even hiding up. Touch a Glock, boy, bitch, I put it to my skull. Bitch, believe I'm a drop, boy. Drop dead in the middle of the block, boy. Stuck between the hard place and the rock, boy. Behind the box, breaking the locks. Time is money, I ain't even got a clock, boy. Watch them hoes fly.
Cookie lover, always on the run. Cookie lover.
Coming live out the south.
Always on the run. Cookie lover, 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 always on the run.
They wanna know if I'm in the street or if I still feel away by the enemies. If I win and die today, who remember me? Just keep it real with me, I don't need no sympathy. I hate this industry, Mr. Sleep, in some weeks. Counting money, yeah, while they count sheep. Used to picture me rolling vividly. Now everything I dream is everything you see. Riding with the blick, 30 shots at least. Keep it in my reach, right up on the seat. I try to teach, but then these niggas think you tryna preach. And I ain't got no time for nobody out here trying me. Riding around the city, say what's up. Don't be playing with my money, don't be playing with the hood. Paper cuts, out here tryna run it up. If it ain't about bread, I don't give a fuck. Ay. See me round the city, say what's up. Don't be playing with my money, don't be playing with the hood. Paper cuts, out here tryna run it up. If it ain't about bread, I don't give a fuck. Ay. We don't wanna hear that bullshit, Cherie. Ain't no love, ain't no peace when you broke in these streets. And they never love you back, but you don't know until you leave. Always looking for a bag, never had the time to grieve. Hit my line, but make it brief if you ain't talking dollars. Wall calls from my dogs, hope they free my partners. Still thinking every day about the one that got away. Ay. You know I'm crazy about you, right? I want a wife, don't want no baby mama. Nah, these crazy bitches try to tap your pockets. Yeah, now I ain't tripping, I'm just being honest. Yeah, I love my direct deposit. Yeah, riding around the city, say what's up. Don't be playing with my money, don't be playing with the hood. Paper cuts, out here tryna run it up. If it ain't about bread, I don't give a fuck. Ay, see me round the city, say what's up. Don't be playing with my money, don't be playing with the hood. Paper cuts, out here tryna run it up. If it ain't about bread, I don't give a fuck. Ay. Yeah. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Yeah, what you waiting for?
What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Yeah. See me around the city, say what's up. Don't be playing with my money, don't be playing with the hood. Paper cuz, out here tryna run it up. If it ain't about bread.